episode 10 of Fist of the North Star, 1 point. The keyword for this episode is going to be corruption. Quite simple word, and we're going to talk about something quite simple. I'll try to bring some subtlety to it though. But I just like the simple representation of, corruption, and more precisely, the way I'm going to try to explain this is this contrast in this episode between poverty and luxury. So we see the village that is devastated. They don't have water and they struggle to survive. In the previous episode we talked about the fact that they even have to give sacrifices so they can get a bit of aid from the corrupt wealthy. And they live in luxury, hidden from people, so people don't even know. When Kenshiro goes to face them, they say, don't go there. You're going to be eaten by some monster, something like that, they say, as in, there's this kind of myth that they have in mind that something horrible is going to happen. Now, how convenient that the name of the antagonist is Dragon. Now, when Kenshiro gets there, Dragon first appears and acts nice. And he calls Kenshiro Kenshiro-sama, as in Lord Kenshiro, and then he proposes him to ally with him and to fight against Shin. Now that sounds quite good, but then from the episode we know that Dragon is supposed to be a subordinate of Shin. So it's weird, and Kenshiro asks him, what, you want to betray Shin? And it's crazy how he says very calmly, yes. Yeah, sounds good to me. Now, he pretends to be good, but then he has all the water, all the food that he wants, all the luxury, and Kenshiro calmly sits and then obviously refuses, and he has the blood of all the villagers on his hand. Then, of course, he gets rid of them. But what I want to talk about here, the subtlety that I want to bring to this analysis, is how Dragon is called as such, and he gets to represent this dragon that protects a treasure, as it's typical in mythology, right? So you may think that a dragon is just a creature, right? I guess that it's a distortion of a lizard, of a reptile, right? Now, of course, the dragon is a symbol for, it's actually the most typical symbol for chaos. Reptiles are our most ancestral enemies. Millions of years ago, our ancestors had to particularly survive against snakes and so on. So that's chaos because it's danger. Now, fire is quite dangerous too, quite chaotic, and then the sky is quite dangerous. Just a storm, something, a tempest, and then you're done. So when you mix all of these and you try to make the symbol for all of the danger and the chaos of the world, then you get a dragon. So that's what it symbolizes in mythology. Now, the name of the antagonist is Dragon. Now, you may think it's just a creature, right? An animal. What evil has it committed? And that's how the character behaves in the beginning, like a kind guy, but then in reality he's evil because of what a dragon symbolizes. Then he keeps the treasure, which in reality belongs to the village, so Kenshiro gets that back. The cool thing is that Patra shows illusions. Now this is pretty cool because this is the illusion of good, because these evil people pretend serving the people, but in reality they just serve themselves. So we kind of have this duo, let's say, between Patra and she. Her way of fighting is by hypnotizing, let's say, hallucinations. And so she's manipulating the people, and she manipulates also when she fights. And so this is the way of deceiving other people, and then behind they keep the power to serve themselves. So this is, let's say, the duo between Patra and Dragon, what they do to the other people and the way they keep everything for themselves with power. And they get to represent this kind of dragon of chaos. The last thing I want to say is that in reality here, the real dragon, the strong dragon, is Kenshiro. as very often his techniques contain dragon, the name of his techniques, or his techniques kind of even symbolize a dragon, like the shape of a dragon or something. But as we said it before, he embodies chaos for the criminals. He's a demon against the criminals. So these are the symbols that I wanted to talk about for this episode.